Welcome back to Recreation Atlanta, where we are at the Race for 8 stop number 1 on ESPN. My name is Dave Vincent alongside Dave Fink for this men's semifinal match of the day. It's the last one where Daniel Cordova is going up against Marco Chavez. Daniel looking to make a repeat visit to face his brother in the final, the same tournament where they played each other last year. Or it could be the oldest player to ever make it into a final at a Race for 8 stop, Marco Chavez.
I don't even think Marcos was sweating today during his quarterfinal win against Sean Lenning, which was shockingly easy, by the way.
It was, and just kind of strange altogether.
What was your take on that match, Dave? I know you were covering it.
You know,
taking pictures, you were courtside.
I don't know, really. Break it down a little bit for me when you mean what's my take. I take it as if Sean...
Was it Marcos making a lot of great shots?
No.
Sean up? No?
It was Sean making a lot of terrible shots.
Okay. Okay.
Point.
Now, these two played in San Francisco in the quarterfinals, Dave, in April. And Daniel Cordova winning that first game 15-1, but then pushed to overtime in the second game, winning that in 2 games.
Second serve.
But the rumor, Dave, I was going to tell you, while that was happening, and it even came from Marcos, said that Sean Lenning was incredibly sore after playing Fergal Coughlin.
Oh.
Which means Sean hasn't been playing handball.
That ball's stuck up there in the netting.
I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure in Houston it probably happens.
That's why we got Pete Papa on the.
Well, he fixed it with no problem.
Oh, yeah.
People were running for brooms to try to get that down.
He's actually a genius, Dave, Pete Papa. So, I mean, I know you knew that, but 189 IQ for Pop.
Second.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Point.
Marcos looked really good off that back wall with his left right there. He let the ball drop and it just dipped in.
2-0. Short.
Marcos found out firsthand, though, watching Daniel play Vic Perez earlier. Marcos says, I mean, he's limber. He hits corner kills. He gets the balls. It's like he contorts his body to get these shots, and he makes really clean shots when he does that.
3-0.
So
it's intimidating how limber he is.
He's able to just kind of get himself out of the way and also hit the ball at the same time.
Second serve.
Very strange. I'd say double jointed almost. Marco said that was intimidating. Like that.
Gosh.
See, I mean, these are.
Point.
Here's somebody that wants to go to the finals.
I don't know if there's even a name for that shot. Tomahawk back wall kill from 38 feet.
Yeah, with a ton of conviction.
Well, see, Daniel can just smother you and just completely make you feel like you can't breathe. And I don't mean literally, although that happens eventually. But I mean figuratively, you'd feel like, well, I can't even do anything. This guy's all over me.
Point.
I don't get a chance to play. He's rushing me on every shot.
6-0.
6-0. Terrible start for Marcos, who's in his second ever race semifinal, Dave.
Side out.
His first one in 2014 in Denver, where he lost to Emmett Pichot. So this is going to pretty much guarantee Marcos is in the top 8 for the season. And a result like this, you only need about 13 points at the end of the season to be in the top 8.
He gets about 6 here.
He gets 6.
Short.
So he's halfway there with one event.
Short. Both agree.
Hopefully pushing people like me out don't deserve to be in.
Well, he lost in the round of 16 last year, right?
No, he got 3.5. He got 6th place here last year.
Oh, 6th
So he'll be adding 2.5 points.
I see.
Which I think will still keep him at 7th.
0-6.
Now there is a stop in 2 weeks in Portland, a light stop.
Side out.
I have not heard. There's no pros committed yet besides me, and that's a borderline
6-0.
But
that's a pro that can't get a win on a Saturday.
Short.
No. So I don't
Second
know
serve.
who's going to be there, but those could be some, pivotal points.
Marcos should put this away.
And then, of course, you've got the Tucson Memorial in 4 weeks.
Marcos is pretty automatic from the back wall, but he hasn't really put anything down yet today until now.
Side out.
That's sort of Marcos' thing. Even at 45, he still has one of the best back wall games. He missed that left-handed kill shot off the back wall earlier, but looked really good doing it.
0-6.
And he goes with an underhand serve here. I asked him what his strategy was, and he says he doesn't really know. He just wanted to relax and enjoy his time and not even think about it. But I think you almost have to think about it.
Point.
That little fake didn't even affect Daniel.
Well, Daniel wasn't looking back, so. I feel like Daniel could play cornerback in football. Just can move backwards, side to side. So agile.
1-6.
Change directions on a dime.
It reminds me a lot of Luis Moreno, but also Nadi Jr. and some of his shot selection.
Point.
But he, too, is a get artist.
2-6.
Well, who isn't a get artist?
Marcos.
Until you play him.
Point.
That's true.
And then you realize
he
he's getting
gets
to
everything.
everything.
Yeah, he gets his hand on everything.
3-6.
One thing I've learned here at the tournament is that
Short.
when they bring that German Shepherd dog in here and everyone thinks it's a police dog,
Yeah.
all the handball players
Second
are rushing to
serve.
their bag really quick. Just trying to go for the anti-promotion award of the year. I know it doesn't
Side
top
out.
your cannonball story, but
Well, I just hope they don't bring that German Shepherd to Vegas.
6-3.
He'd be busy.
look at that serve.
And then he goes inside out
Point.
with authority.
7-3. Short. Second serve. Point. Eight, 3.
This should be it here.
Point.
Kind of a sloppy rally there. Marcos had 2 chances to take the ball off the back wall, misses
9-3.
both of those opportunities, and then goes with an overhand spike flop shot, which is really 1 out of 100. And now he's standing in the way of 2 consecutive
Point.
shots of Daniels. Doesn't get any call against him. It's very sloppy.
10-3.
Oh,
Point.
inside out, reverse.
First time out.
That was probably about 3 points too late for Marcos. Daniel Cordova here, dominating at 11-3. Let's go to Kara, who's dominating the sidelines. We lost you. Come on, you're not dominating.
Does that go on the blooper reel?
That's the announcer's curse. You didn't bring your microphone? Okay, that is on the blooper reel. Let's go back to you. Okay, now you're dominating it. Where was your microphone? That's called winning.
You missed what I said, though. It was perfect. I
Oh.
led to the package. It was great. We had a chance to talk to Daniel and to Marcos. They both shared each other's strengths, what they're going to look out for against each other. Check this out.
He's good at re-killing the ball, so if I hit it low, I can't expect him to, hit a pass shot when he's forced. He'll fist it, and he'll usually, shoot it really well. So I'm going to try to stay on my toes whenever I kill it. And then what else? He's just very experienced. He no weakness. He doesn't like my hops. That's the only thing that he dislikes. Other than that, I just have to play better than him. It's hustle.
He has a great serve. You know, he gets on that left wall, he serves it down the middle, hooks it left or right, keeps it straight. You know, for me, being older, it's harder for me to react at times. So I'm just going to basically have to paddle it back and expect, like, I can return the kill or the pass. So it's going to be tough.
And not for another disclaimer, but a reminder, red eye last night. Red eye last night. I'm barely making it right now.
That's right. You're right. You're not complaining. You're not making excuses for yourself.
No.
But you were
absolutely
standing there holding on to an imaginary microphone. So I just want to point that out.
4-11.
not. Blooper reel.
I'm not
Yes.
here to judge.
Hashtag. You got a hashtag coming on that. I know it.
I'm not here to judge.
Short.
That's Kara's take
Second
with
serve.
the two pros playing each other here. I think we will see Marcos come to life a little bit. You know, you're in the 40s too. I am too. Marcos is there. It takes a lot out of you to play this many games in a
Side
day,
out.
and your body does warm up. It will eventually warm up. You think you're warm,
11,
but you don't really find
4.
out until halfway through a match sometimes, and then you can start scoring points.
That was
Point.
horrible hand air
Yeah,
right there.
well,
he was
Marcus
way
with
off.
this terrible return of serve, and then Daniel off balance. Yeah, I don't know.
But you saw that as a hand air before.
12-4.
I would say, what, 10 feet before it even got to his hand, you knew he was going to miss it. It just was off.
Side out.
And then he goes a revolving door and hits a 1-inch high kill shot. But he has to do that when he's serving.
4-12. Point.
You know, Marcos hits serves like that, and you wonder why would you ever lob serve?
Yeah.
Because you can do that. I
5,
mean, your chance of
12.
doing that are pretty good.
No, I agree.
The chance of that happening on a lob
See,
serve
and
is
he almost
0.
got it over there on the other side, and then he misses his fly opportunity. Now you'll get a warning from the referee.
Willie.
12-5.
Yeah, these
Short.
referees are pretty strict when it comes to behavior. They just don't tolerate anything around here. You know, they're friends off the court, but
Second serve.
Well, who
everybody
isn't?
knows when someone's staring up at a zebra, you better be on your best
That's
behavior
true.
on a
That's
handball
true.
court because
Well,
they're
anybody,
not there to be abused.
you better be friends with anybody that has a 187 IQ.
89, but
Sorry.
yeah.
13-5.
And Daniel
Side
keeps
out.
feeding Marcos that back wall kill shot attempt, and Marcos is taking full advantage.
5-13.
These serves are just incredible from Marcos.
Point.
He had an ace, then he got a weak return, and he made an unforced error, then another ace right there.
6-13. Short. Second serve. Side out. 13-6.
That's a huge overhit.
Side out.
Marcos is putting everything into every shot. You can hear him.
6-13. Short.
I like this power serve from Marcos.
Second serve.
You don't see this too often. Oh, what in the
Side out.
world? The worst thing that could possibly happen. Why does that happen so much, though? You know?
I wouldn't say it happens so much.
but it seems like it does.
Well,
Big matches that you play and stuff like that. When you turn around and just wait for a ball and
13-6.
never comes back.
yeah.
Short.
And you're
Second
serving
serve.
and you're making a nice little small comeback.
Uh-huh.
You need some freebies every now and then.
Point.
I could say that it happens more on the back wall, which is the ball coming down and really rolling out on the back wall. But it's it happens more that way than in the front wall.
14-6.
Well, you see a lot of lucky rollouts on the
Short.
front wall.
Second serve.
There it is, the first game
game.
going to Daniel Cordova. I'm not sure if we want to do it, but Kara may have put her microphone back down again. Oh, she has it. Okay, there it is. Let's go to Kara. What's going on?
Check. I've got it. Yes, we're talking Marcos. I know he just lost that first game here, but he is really excited to be in these semis. He's setting that record as far as being the oldest player in any race for 8 to be in a semi, so we had to talk to him about it, see what he had to say.
I always wanted to be like I had said, Danny Bell, John Bike, like those guys who played like later in their years and stuff. So I guess I'm here. It's just kind of crazy. Yeah, and it's exciting. It's exciting. I honestly think it like this. Like it's keeping me on the tour longer. That's a lot of points for me. And then it just goes to show like, hey, you still have some left in you. So like your mind starts thinking like negative sometimes, and that's how it was feeling coming to the tournament. So now I got to be positive in this next match because Daniel's playing in front of all his friends and family, and it's going to be tough out there.
But Daniel was also quick to respond and say how much respect he has for Marcos. Listen to this.
Oh, that's huge. I mean, he's been, working. I can tell every time I see him, he looks fit. He looks good. I mean, I wish I'll look like him. At that age, he looks great shape, a lot of power too. And it's hard to keep up with the pace, and I feel like he's just in it. I don't know how he does it, but that's really cool for him. He's the oldest to ever get to the semis. Damn, that's really cool. I'm happy for him.
And you two can explain this better for people watching. As Marcos said, this is going to keep him in it longer. Of course, it's like hitting that good golf shot, that obviously, like, God, I just want to keep on coming back. But also those points that he mentioned, why that's going to help him come to these tournaments for longer than just being 45 years old. You guys can talk about that. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Kara. Yeah, Marcos he's an inspiration to those that are slightly older or same age, or even those like Daniel Cordova in their 20s. They look up and say, hey, I wish I could stay playing as long as him, and now he'll become part of the story. I know that when John Bike qualified late in his 40s in Houston and did what he did, and Marcos looked at that and said, hey, I want to be that guy. And then you see what Danny Bell is doing in his 50s, made it to a national finals in his 40s, and Marcos said, I want to be a part of that. And the young guys now are using Marcos as their example. It motivates you at that age. Now, Dave, I don't think you ever even think of the age issue, but a lot of people dwell on it, present company included. But, you get older, your body doesn't respond as like it used to when you're younger. Marcos knows this, but he still is trying to fight it, and he goes out and gets in shape for a tournament like this and gets in shape for the season. And it inspires the young kids, inspires the old guys. I know you're inspired by it.
Yes.
It's good stuff. Well, that was a good piece from Kara there. Marco Chavez is kind of a rock star at these tournaments. He's sort of the anti-version of the older Pro Tour where the guys would go back to the hotel immediately. Marcos does the opposite. He just hangs out here the whole time, and he's just chatting with people and always in a good mood. It's pretty interesting to have him around.
15
You would think
seconds.
the tour wouldn't be as good as it is without Marcos. You just get that feeling that he's sort of somebody you kind of rely on to be a positive figure. And he doesn't try to be liked. He just is likable.
Okay, resuming play. Marcos to serve. 0-0.
This is game number 2. Danny wins the first one, and he's
Side
now
out.
15 points away from being in the final against his brother. First serve was a flat rollout from Daniel at 38 feet. Now Danny's into the
0-0.
server's box.
Short. Second serve. side out. 0-0. Short. Second serve. Short. I called it short. Both agree, side out. 0-0.
We're all together at 0 here. Oh, that's
Man,
a
that's
great
incredible.
reverse.
Point.
David, in your match today against Luis Cordova, you
1-0.
did very late in one of those games. I think it was game
Point.
2. You started doing some reverses. I'm trying to think. It was a reverse over to the right side, and it was just
2-0.
unbelievable. Is it something you feel like you have to be in rhythm on in order to tap into that stuff, or you have to feel relaxed, or is it just
Point.
like I need to make one of these work, or what goes to your mind when you would pull that out? Because it seemed to be effective
3-0.
when you do it, but you wouldn't do it all the time.
Short.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going for it, but sometimes
Second
you know,
serve.
it doesn't come through your hand just right, or hard to get those reverses over the line
Point.
sometimes. And you get the feel for it, and feel like you can just put the ball on a dime.
4-0.
Well, when you see Daniel going to it
Short.
successfully, and when you were going to it, you say, well, they must be relaxed. I mean, you must
Second
be
serve.
calm enough to even think that you can do that, because it's one of those serves that there is no margin
Side
of error.
out.
The error is so big on that, because you're either going to leave it so far off the
0-4.
wall that it becomes a huge setup, or you overhit it and it becomes an even bigger one. And
Point.
both of those setups are going to put you in a bad position where you're standing. So
Did you guys see a bad bounce on
in
the
order
serve?
to take it, you have to be so confident. And
No one saw it. Point.
we don't see Daniel do
1-4.
it exclusively all the time. He's changing it up, going everywhere. But when he does do it and it is successful, you have to say,
Short.
man, in this tense moment to take that serve out, try it for the first time today, that's pretty
Second
impressive.
serve.
Shows a lot of confidence. This is another one, will it? Oof.
Point.
Great start from Daniel, up 4-0, and looked really invincible. Now Marcos got the side out. He scored 2
2-4.
quick points.
Side out. Four, 2.
That's
Point.
just great handball right there. Great serve, perfect fly kill.
5-2.
That's how you draw it up on the chalkboard. I know, Dave, when you're doing your X's and O's.
I like that.
Why? It's a terrible shot.
Well, you missed it, but
Point.
Daniel had his back turned.
It was never going to be good.
Well, Daniel had his back turned. I thought that because of that shot, Daniel might expect it to be coming back fast.
6-2.
Marcos has been hitting fish shots back at him, so that
Short.
changeup I thought would have been good enough.
I called the ball short. One agree, one disagree. Second
What's funny is
serve.
our linesmen are 6'9", each of them, but they choose to sit down to do their job, which gives
Side
them
out.
absolutely no vantage point of the short line. But that's okay. I mean, you know, they should be comfortable.
2-6.
They haven't gotten one call right yet today, as the video replay proved. If people went to video replay every time, you'd find out that they were always wrong. They don't.
Point. Three, 6.
My favorite is when they delay the match 20 minutes
Short.
to find the line judges that do absolutely nothing to help the
Second
game.
serve.
Actually, it only just stalls the process.
Yeah.
Side out. Six, 3.
I I just don't see the fist shot
Side out.
working. I just see the fist shot just going everywhere. Everywhere but where you're aiming.
3-6.
I think it's a great shot.
Yeah, there was another fist shot.
Side out.
Well, maybe if they tried the sidewall, front wall, sidewall shot that you hit with a fist, maybe it would be
6-3.
more effective. Is that the splat +1?
If you can get that extra sidewall after hitting the front wall, that's a big deal.
Point.
Yeah. There's another fist, by the way, air in the ground.
I think a fist shot is
7-3.
an insecure shot. It's one that
Insecure?
it's insecure. You're insecure. You're hitting
Yeah.
it because you're trying to get extra power.
That's what I mean.
Because you're,
It's a no control shot.
see, that's a no. That's a total control shot. Just done a little differently.
Marcos is exhausted right now. You see he's not able to get his feet back to that ball. He doesn't even go for that. He's going to try and sell this hinder, but he wasn't moving there, Dave. His legs were jelly. This is just to get some more breath. You don't want to yell too much during an argument because that's also
I know what
tiring.
you're
You just want to say a
referring
few
to. I
things
was
and then act mad.
I was waiting
And
for
then
you
you can-
to shoot. Eight, 3.
Now, see, he went overboard there, and now he cost himself energy he could have
Short.
saved by just doing laps around the court, pretending to be upset. That's what you do when you're
Second
tired.
serve.
I think he's trying to motivate himself to play harder.
Side out.
I'm
To make
surprised he
shots
didn't
like
give
that.
the referee a glance there after that kill shot. Because that's what you really
3-8.
want to do. See? But it's worked.
Point.
And there's a quick
30
timeout here
second
from the
timeout.
young Cordova. Marcos. He's still taking it, still chirping. Well, this was a discussion during his brother's match, or watching
10
Daniel's
seconds.
brother's match. While Marcos was in the booth, I said, "Are you going to do your thing, or are you not going to do your thing?" And he said, "Well, I haven't done it in a year and a half or so, so probably
thing.
not the thing that he's doing right now."
I'm in.
okay.
And he said, "I might just mildly bring it out."
No, it's happened in the
4-8.
last
It
year.
has, but it hasn't been to that level that
This
it was.
isn't much of a level. I mean,
Well, it could be. This could
well,
be
it's
the beginning of
okay,
it.
we're in the midst of it.
Yeah.
That's an avoidable, not called.
Point.
And he's still. See, he worked the ref to get that one.
Yeah.
No call on that.
Yeah.
Now he's turned it into 3 straight points.
5-8.
That's a good serve.
Side out.
If Marcos had a reason to yell at the referee, he would have done it there.
He's looking for a reason.
8-5.
Oh, such a good serve.
Point.
Are you kidding me? You can't line your feet up that way and then hit the ball back down that same wall. That's almost impossible.
9-5.
I'm not saying that was on purpose, but
9-5.
that's a frustrated Marcos. Nice shot.
Side out. Five, 9. Short. Second serve.
Another fish shot.
Point.
Now it's 6-9 here in game number 2. Marcos finding a way to keep fighting.
6-9.
This could be another put-away shot.
Marcos has Daniel all turned around right now.
Daniel's able to track everything down.
Now he's in control here, Daniel.
Oh my goodness, and
Point.
Marcos makes that to the front wall. How does he do that? It was like he just flipped it up there.
I thought that ball was past him.
It was.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
his fingertips
he hit this
caught
from
this.
behind him here. This is incredible.
How do you do that? That has the wrong spin. First of all, it didn't have enough velocity. He had the wrong spin.
7,
That defied
9.
gravity.
How do you even get strength enough to even do it to begin with?
I'm not sure.
He had 4 things going against him, and he still made that to the front wall. I don't know how that happened. And that was a point, bringing it to 7-9. That was an incredible shot.
Second serve. Point.
Now Marcos serving at 8-9 here in game
Timeout.
number 2, and a timeout being called. And clearly Marcos being upset. Since that moment, he had the side out, and then, what, 4 points in a row?
Yeah.
4 unanswered and a side out.
And Daniel seems to be a little bit off his game right now since the thing happened.
Let's go to the other thing that's happening. That is Max Lane Mac next to our Kara Mac. Is there a relation? We have a Lang Mac and a Kara Mac?
I know.
30
I've
seconds.
asked, and we're of no relation, I don't think. The Lang, throws everyone off. It's the one added touch that you have that I don't.
Yep.
But looking at this, when you're up here in the corner pocket watching it go down, do you see a sudden burst in energy in Daniel, knowing that he puts this away and it's the rematch from last year?
I think so for sure. Marcos right now seems to be really pouring it on, trying to stay in this match, working himself up by using Pete up there. I think is a little bit of a spark, but I think Daniel's just going to try to weather the storm here. He looks like he's even trying to extend rallies to let Marcos kind of tire himself out.
Get him tired and wear him down. That's kind of the plan here. We've been talking about Marcos having this record now, being the oldest one in the semifinals. Coming out, he was the upset, and there usually seems to always be one. Is it interesting to see how these tournaments go down?
Absolutely. I think last year, especially, we were talking earlier today, was so unexpected. I mean, Lucho won the first stop. There was a different winner in the first 4 stops of the season, so that's always unexpected, and I think it adds to the drama. So an upset like that, it just means that everyone has to play their best, and it's not a set order, and it'll change from day to day.
It's incredible what you athletes do, being able to pull off the quarters, the semis in the same day. It's great. Thank you very much. Yeah, back to you guys.
Thank you, Kara.
Now, that was a fist that worked very well.
I like that.
Side out.
That's
He
a
almost
tough
hit
shot.
that right next to himself on the side wall.
I know, but it stays. Most of those shots would go way over to the left wall. Instead, that
8-11.
hit about center on the front. Means he must have had a lot of spin on it. Oh, yikes.
Side out.
Marcos breaks momentum, and then Danny comes back with that revolving door kill shot. Marcos has to work really hard to get those points,
11-8.
those side outs.
That
Point.
serve down the right's been a big difference in this match.
12-8. Point.
And that was for once a non-announcer's curse.
13-8. Short. Short. Second serve.
Oh, my goodness.
So that's 3
Point.
straight aces, brings Daniel to match point.
Is that considered an ace or an unforced error, hander?
14-8.
Service winner.
Short.
Here it is. It is match point.
Second serve.
And here it is, Dave. We're going to see an all Cordova final once again in Atlanta, Georgia, as Daniel Cordova takes down Marco Chavez in 2 straight and will face his brother tomorrow. Who's going to be the victor? We will find out. His brother won last year, and now That was his first ever Race for 8 win, and now Daniel's going to look to try to do the same here on the same court. Let's go to Kara Mack. Kara?
I'm going to ask you to reflect on this semifinal, but really you're probably just looking ahead to tomorrow and excited about taking on your brother.
I haven't started thinking about that yet. I was thinking of Marcos first. Now I think I can start, thinking about my brother. Marcos was tough, and he didn't really get going, thankfully. But man, that's a record for him. I'm happy for him.
It's huge, and he's talked about changing up his training, starting to run. Not an easy thing to do. Talking about how he sometimes, he's in pain a little bit, just kind of breaking through all of that.
I feel already. I'm 27, I'm still young, but man, things hurt. My elbow's freaking inflamed right now. Shoulder hurts, back a little bit. I can only imagine when I'm 40. What is it, 44? 45. So you looked younger.
He does, and he plays younger. Talk about him making these semis, how well he's doing it, and how well he is playing, getting better with age.
Yeah, he's like developing. Handball is a game that you have to play for a long time in order to develop, shots. Like Sean Lenny has these crazy shots, and he's been playing the game for so long that after so much time, your body kind of opens up that shot. Like you hit that shot and you feel comfortable hitting it. So if I went for one of Sean's shots, it'd be super weird for me. But I feel like throughout the years, I've been able to add some shots to my repertoire that I didn't think I could even hit. But muscle memory just starts to your options kind of start to open up as the more you play. So even for beginners, that's the same thing. You feel like you can't hit anything, and then little by little, you'll get a corner kill or a back wall or things like that.
Congratulations to be headed into the finals, but I'm not going to stop you yet. Luis, come up here. Since I can never do this, I've never done this, to pull on the two guys who are going to be on the finals the night before, but how does it feel? What's going to be happening tonight between the two of you? You're not living with him anymore, so that has to be an improvement the night before finals.
You actually said the same thing last time, so you have interviewed both of us.
The night before?
Yes.
Really? Did I?
I can't remember, maybe.
Or maybe the same day, I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry, what was your question?
How's tonight going to happen? Since tonight, yeah.
Oh, I don't know, probably the same as last time. Everybody's going to the banquet, it should be fun at Rick Buffkin's house.
Yeah.
But me and Danny will probably be kind of calm, maybe 1 or 2 beers, but.
That's what we said last time. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be pretending to drink a beer, but really I'll have an electrolyte, drink right next to me and sipping on that. That's what he said last time, I remember.
He's not even making eye contact with you.
No, he's scared. That's how when someone's scared, they kind of look down. That's what's going on right now. That's okay.
He won last year. What are you going to bring tomorrow in order to beat your brother?
It's my best. Both of us are trying to play our best. I feel like it's a coin toss when we play. So I don't know. It's up in the air. If I can, serve well and keep my game like what I'm good at and stop playing what he's good at, it's going to be, I don't know. I don't like playing him because we wear each other out till, we can't even get up anymore. So it'll be interesting.
And I'm pretty sure that Luis heard that coin toss comment and is like, no, this is not a coin toss.
Heck no. It's like a 75-25.
Me, win.
No.
And that's why we're all going to show up tomorrow and watch these two break it down, be on the court again. I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are too. Thank you, guys.
Yep. Thank you, Kara. That was good stuff. It's an interesting dynamic, Dave, between those two. And, it has to be tough when someone says, what are you going to do to face your brother? And your brother's standing right there. And you have to come up with something. I guess you just say, I play my game and I do what I do and I hope I execute. But these guys battle. It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. It all starts at 10 o'clock in the morning here at Recreation Atlanta, where we have the Race for 8 Stop season number 8, ESPN opener of the season. It is season 9, right? So, yeah, Race for 8, season number 9. So we're going to conclude all of that tomorrow. I want to thank everybody that helped out. Jason Chan, amazing dude. He gets a lot of credit with Recreation Atlanta and those that are helping out with the staff. Dave, I want to thank you for doing the live broadcast. We had Emmett Pachot here, Marco Chavez, Martin Mulkerns, Chris Garrad doing all of the graphics, everything that we see here. Everything in life comes down to Chris Garrad. And Linda Manning, the hardest working person in show business, as well as Shay Lowenstein, Kara Mack, and yours truly, Dave Vincent. We're going to say goodnight. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks for tuning in to the World Players of Handball Foundation's continued coverage of this Race for 8 tournament on the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN. Good night.